Like, so get what you want, basically. Get what I want, yes. Get what I want, definitely. However, I find myself dating people who come off, have that persona of a strong man until they beat me. And then it's like, you too much. Like they find themselves trying to appease me and do what I want to do, and they lose their voice. And then I lose interest. Yeah. That can't work out. Yeah. So how did you grow up? But what about you?
So I feel like I grew up being taught that love is necessary. Love is necessary for everything. Like you have to have love. You have to have love in your relationships, in your family, for your friends. We were raised up to like they call us the 3 J's, my sister, my brother, and I. And it was just exciting to grow up with them because we were so close in age. Even though we got into it a whole lot, we had so much fun. Yeah. I feel like had I not had that close relationship with my siblings, it's a lot of things I wouldn't be able to handle today. Right. Because we most definitely made each other stronger mentally, emotionally. My brother would pull our hair, he'll fight on us like we was niggas in the street. So it's kind of like, so it's just like one of those things. He wanted to make sure that even though he was younger than me, he always treated me as if he was the oldest.
Yeah, because he's the boy.
Which he's not. He loves to tell people I'm his little sister. He even call out my his little sister. Disclaimer. It's ridiculous. But at any rate, I feel like had it not been for our relationship, it would have been harder for me to accept some of the things that, my flaws. Yeah. Because I used to have like the biggest gap, like in between my teeth when I was younger. And I feel like because my brother and I played around so much about talking about each other, like ranking on each other, it don't faze me when somebody else will say something. I would join in, and then it wasn't fun for them anymore. Because you can't talk about me. I know what's wrong with me.
Build your security up. So you knock those insecurities down.
And so, And I did my best to try to instill those same things in my kids because life is hard. And I tell them everybody is not going to like you, and that's fine. And they say, "How do you say that?" I say, "Because I done had friends from elementary school, middle school, high school that I don't even talk to anymore. But I also have friends in those same categories that I talk to all the time. But either way, I'm fine with it. You can love me, you can hate me, but you're not gonna forget me."
So see, the thing is with these kids now, they have social media, so it's a different level of bullying. When we got bullied or got picked on or got talked about in our community, now they can get talked on from Ohio to Michigan to New York. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they don't know how to just turn it off. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy. Building your security is definitely a big thing in childhood.
Yeah.
I was a chubby kid. As y'all can see, I'm still a big guy. But I got through it with jokes, just like you, cracking jokes and all that stuff. So growing up, I didn't really have a flaw. And then I was fresh all the time. My mom had a good job. Even though we stayed in the hood, I kept the new Jordans on. I go hooping, she'll go buy some more. So I wasn't really lacking or needing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, insecurities is big. How did you get up your insecurities when you was?
So I can't recall, honestly, a point in my life where I had like a real insecurity. I was loved heavy, like I said, from every aspect. And I'm going to correct myself. Earlier, I said, accept your flaws, not your flaws, your uniquenesses. What makes you you?
Come on.
So the things that made me stood out, I shrugged it off like, I was just telling my son, I used to go down there on my dad's side. It was a little rough. Dad's side be a little rough.
Yeah.
And they used to call me clueless. I was raised a little different.
Yeah.
But who cares? That's what makes us us. And that's why you love me.
Right.
You love me because I'm different. I bring a different flavor.
Yeah.
To the bowl. So I can't really say that I had insecurities. I do have my things that I work on daily. One, I like to eat.
Me too. I love food. I love
to make sure that is where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. But you know what? I had I'm gonna tell you some crazy insecurity I had. We stayed in the hood, but we didn't stay in the worst part of Detroit. But we stayed on the west side. But we'd go to the east side, they was way worse than us. And they used to pick on me because I had new clothes on and new shoes on and looked good. My mama,
I'm only child for my mama, so she's gonna make sure wherever we go, I'm gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? And they used to pick on me for that because I wasn't as poor as them.
Right.
Ain't that crazy? And I used to really be like, Mom, why we gotta? You ain't gotta put this on. Just let me wear. Just trying to match that. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to fit in. And I didn't understand being growing up that standing out is more than fitting in. You know, create your own lane. Be creative, and create your own lane. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a big word. That fitting in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's something real.
Fitting in to get you killed.
Yeah, we
Yeah, well,
and if not physically, emotionally, and mentally.
Yes, yes.
and so I love that you threw it out there emotionally and mentally. The first episode of season 7, shout out to Famous Jay, he made a big point that your mental health and your physical health go hand in hand. If you have a sickness like cancer or diabetes or something like that, that messes with you mentally because you're unable to do the things you used to do or that you would like to do because of your ailments. And then same difference, mental health is the sickness that people cannot see. So usually you're picked on because people say, "Oh, you just bad, you just acting crazy." But the whole time, I'm really having a chemical imbalance in my brain, and I can't express myself the way you would like me to. But I'm really trying, and because I can't, I gotta lash out. So then I cause harm to myself. I cause harm to others, and so that is a difficult thing to translate. I was listening to a video. People always send me stuff, y'all, so I can look at it and give my opinion. And I was saying something, and the young lady kept going on about how people are weak now, and everybody talking about they depressed or everybody's spazzing out, and they making it a normalcy. And I understand what she's saying, but what I didn't like was she was trying to bash people that have mental health issues at the end of it, because you can't say that I'm not really having a mental breakdown.
Right.
You're not in my mind. You don't know my history. You don't know my upbringing. You don't know the history of my family because a lot of these things are hereditary. And so if I've never encountered any mental health issues until 20 years later, then that's when it started happening. You can't tell me I'm not having a problem. You can't tell me I'm not depressed because these are real sicknesses. But because it's not something like cancer or I didn't break my leg or break my arm, you can't see the pain that I'm in. And since you can't see it, you want to judge me for it. And that's what I didn't care for.
Well, I can see where she's coming from too, because I mean, even though I'm from somewhere else, I'm pretty sure we all grew up with the same dynamic of don't tell nobody what's going on in our house. You know what I'm saying? From your mom or your father, like they don't tell nobody outside what's going on in our house, and then that comes with our own life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling everybody what's wrong with me because I'd be either made fun of or being taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. So I can understand because now these days everybody has something. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody I don't want to say it like this because I don't want to sound like this, but everybody kind of like making excuses. Some people have mental health issues, but a lot of people make a lot of excuses of that to not get better or not better themselves. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but back in our day, it was weird to go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know no kids that went through therapy, and I lived next door, and my homeboy, his mom had a boyfriend, used to beat on her every night. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes beat her so bad she called the police. He come over to my house and stay, and I'm pretty sure he dealing with some issues, but we couldn't tell, hey, I got trauma from this because guess what? When we grow up as boys, we got to fight. Then we get kids, then we get family, then we got all this on our plate. You know what I'm saying? So, but mental health is definitely a big thing, and yeah, man, you got to go get checked out, man. I deal with some issues, emotional issues. I don't know why I feel like I'm on a therapist couch right now.
Come on, it's a safe place.
Yeah,
it's just we just talking.
I think we all do. I'll start with you guys. What emotional issues do y'all deal with?
So I most definitely am an overthinker. And because I'm an overthinker, it creates anxiety. And this started later in my life, literally like my daughter was diagnosed with a mood disorder. And I feel like the moment she started feeling sick, I damn near felt sick too, because it's kind of like I'm trying to understand what's going on with her, but at the same time, I'm still trying to parent her. So it caused me to have a lot of issues, a lot of anxiety, because I don't want to say the wrong thing to her, but I still have to parent her. Like I know this probably is gonna trigger her, but I'm gonna have to say it because you gotta clean up your room.
Most of these kids these days, they so sensitive. You can't even talk to them how our parents talk to us.
But I feel like that's the difference. I don't think that
all of these kids are making up mood disorders or trying to fit in. I think that they weren't taught coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to handle and deal with life, life experience here. Whereas, we had to suck it up.
Right.
They're told to open up and voice their concerns, their opinions, their thoughts.
Right.
And so that when they're not able to do that effectively, or if they feel like they're being shut down or dismissed, then the acting outcome, the suicides, and the cutting, the self-harm, all of that, because they just don't know how to cope. They don't know what to do. But they're now, therapy is accepted. So they're told, talk to somebody. Tell them if you have this. Tell them if you have that. Okay, but what's next?
Right.
What's next? So now they're walking around with these complexes and thinking there's something wrong with them. Well, girl, you really just need to go to sleep. It's a part of life. It's puberty.
It's gonna be over. Yeah,
and if it is, something deeper, then you start that whole cycle over.
Yeah.
But we're missing the part where we follow up. Medication is not best for everyone.
That's what
this is not, what works for Timmy may not work for Tammy.
Right.
So we have to think about that as well. I don't think that everybody, just cop out, but we're more aware that these mental issues are out here now.
Yeah, but like you said though, it's just they don't have solutions to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go outside, you getting picked on. We used to have to just eventually fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keep running all the time. You gotta eventually go out there and fight. And that's what your mental health and your mental, wealth and all that. So yeah, but I suffer from trust. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to I can't say their name, they ain't sponsored, but
That's right.
yeah, y'all sponsors, we'll shout y'all name out. But I suffer from anxiety. I got trust issues for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't trust a lot of people. I trust people, for a certain extent. I got abandonment issues as well from my mom passing when I was younger and being the only child and people just doing what they, not saying molesting nothing, but just throwing me here. I'm living here, or they buying their kids stuff and they ain't buying me nothing. And I got to go to school with the same clothes on. So I still, we all have these issues, but I think I've learned to toughen out, but I still need therapy too. You know what I'm saying? I still need therapy probably to talk through it, but I got a lot of emotional different stuff going on as well. So.
Yeah, we all do. We all do.
And so what do you think yours is?
And it's funny that you said that because there's not a lot of people, but mine is abandonment. I have abandonment issues and I do have anxiety. Like my OCD is crazy.
Oh,
like, and like I bring it into every aspect, relationships, it don't matter what it is, but I just feel like it's kind of somewhat, the stem of everything, like how you carry yourself, how you clean, all of that is, it's kind of defines you as a person.
Yes.
So that's my thing. And then I feel like abandonment issues, even though I was, never technically abandoned, what I went through when my parents separated and my mom owns up to her stuff about how she felt about me being around my father when they separated, just only because I was a little girl. I was her baby. They both understood it was mutual. I saw my father. He spoiled me to death. He popped up at that school every chance he got. However, sometimes in a relationship, I find myself saying, I'm good by myself. So either you're gonna fight for me or we ain't gonna be together.
Right.
So when things get bad, I can take care of me with or without you. So are you gonna fight for me? But sometimes some people need the same attention and same love.
Right.
So,
and it's crazy that y'all both said that. And I don't know, like I don't really feel like I've ever really had abandonment issues. And I think sometimes people think I did, but I really didn't. Even though my dad wasn't there all the time, like I know he was, and he'll pop up in the crack me or something like that. But he was a truck driver, so I've always been a realist. Like ever since I can remember thinking about stuff, I just always been that way. And people are like, man, you so much like you don't care about nothing. It's never been that I don't care. I care about everything, but I process it. And once I see, okay, well, did I do something wrong? Did I do this? Did I do that? After I see I didn't do anything wrong, I could give about anything you did. I'm talking about you could have did the worst thing to me ever, and I would not care. And it's because I know that that's a problem with you.
Yeah.
It's not my problem. And so once I understand that it's not my problem, I'm moving on. And even my enemy like, you don't even, nope, sure don't. And it's just kind of like, and it's not that I'm okay with what happened, but I know that life has to go on. I have too many things that I have to take care of personally. Then I got these little people now that's, I'm responsible for. So like, I don't have time to be worried about if somebody like me or not like me. I don't have time to be worried about if somebody showed up to my stuff or not. I can kill this. Stuff be happening and people be texting me and emailing me. Man, I don't even remember that. So I mean, if you felt away about it, cool. Get better.
See the Gemini and me. I need to know the why. You know what I'm saying? Why did you do this to me?
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? I need
to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna carry it on too long. Yeah, I want some closure till I meet somebody new. And Geminis, we usually find somebody new fast. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, till then, but I do need to know the why because especially I'm 45. I don't know how old you guys are, but at this age, I'm putting a lot into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the forever run right now. You know what I'm saying? So if we doing, if you do me wrong, I'm gonna need to know why I shouldn't go to jail. So yeah, I can't. I'm not just that. Just can forgive like that. I can forget eventually, but I need to know that because, like I said, we in our age right now. This companionship matter more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, I remember back in the day, I used to want a woman with a big butt, or she had to have this type of job, or make this type of money or income or whatever. Now, I just need somebody to vibe with. Let's have because after you get older, companionship don't anything that matter.
Yeah.
That Benz outside ain't gonna mean nothing. That big old house you live in ain't gonna mean nothing. But you want to have somebody to watch Netflix with and cook in the kitchen with.
So let me ask you, since you said that, do you find yourself loosening your standards or lowering your standards?
Definitely. Because I need somebody on the vibe level. I don't need nobody I don't need you to pay for nothing. I don't need you to take care of me. I don't need your money. You sure you'll be fine.
Right.
I just need. What about you?
So me, I'm kind of a one and done. Okay, so I'm very forgiving. In our family, we come across as nonchalant. It's not that we're nonchalant. It's more so that we accept things for what it is.
Yes.
I love people. If you steal from me and I love you, guess what? I'm still gonna talk to you. I just know you're a thief. I'm not leaving my purse around. You know what I'm saying? And if you do me dirty, I just know that I can't trust you. I don't feel like we have to be enemies,
Right.
but I just know I can't mess with you the same. And that's what Jess was saying earlier. Whereas we all have, we have this mindset or this capability to accept that I'm only responsible for my actions.
Yes.
You're going to have to answer for your own actions. However, me personally, mentally, I bury you. You gone. You never existed. Sorry to this man.
What's your sign?
For you.
What's your sign?
Leo.
Oh, okay, yeah. Shout out to the Leo.
I just said that to somebody this morning. I will have a whole funeral for you mentally. I'm talking about it was flowers there. I might even cry a little bit. You really are dead. Like I killed you out.
But see,
and once I kill you off though, you can't come back alive.
I can't get to that level. I can't. It takes till I get to the next person.
But see, no. It take a while for me to get there. Yeah. But if I get there, my brother said, if I get there, that means you really ain't worth nothing.
Yeah.
Because I really do try to work with people and be understanding.
We're imperfect.
So if I see that I can't trust you on no level, I'm like,
let me ask you a question real quick. I know this is your podcast, and I apologize.
No, you do. That's fine.
But what about red flags? How do you deal with red flags? Do you see a red flag and just it be over, or do you see a red flag? Because I find that most people don't correct. You know what I'm saying? Most people, we lose our good relationships because you may see a red flag and be like, oh, I'm done. But why you just give this person time to correct themselves? You know what I'm saying? And then be done if they continue that. So, I just asking, do you guys just run off the first red flag or?
So that's a double-sided sword. If you give a chance and you give a chance and you give a chance, people mistake your understanding for like you weak, you lame. I can do whatever I want to do, and you can't.
Right.
I'm not blind. I'm not naive. I'm none of those. But what I understand is, it's places in my life that I have to grow.
Yeah.
I'm willing to grow with you because I'm going to call you out. I'm going to hold you accountable because I hold myself accountable. And I expect for you to tell me my red flags or my shortcomings. So if you're mature enough to do that, then we move accordingly.
Yeah.
If you cannot do that, then that's when we have to cut no sex.
Yeah. That's when it get real. And I agree with that. And I'm not a big person to person kind of thing. Like whoever I talk to, usually it was a long term relationship. I got married, all those things. But I learned so much within my marriage because to this day, people be like, "Would you get married again?" Absolutely, I'll get married again, no problem. I would rather be married than not be married, honestly, mainly because I'm very impatient. I am, and so if I'm like, I don't understand that, like dating, like what I'm saying, like I feel like, are we, if we like each other,
let's
like,
do it.
We go together.
We go together.
like
Real bad.
like
Real bad.
I'm talking about very bad.
Yeah.
My family tell you like I don't like people awkward.
That's the thing.
Like, so I'm very particular. I'm not picky, but I am particular. Once I know it's kind of things that I don't really vibe with, I'm just not gonna deal with you in that way. We can be friends, but I will not. I will not. I don't believe in. I don't like to use this word, but I'm gonna say settling. I don't agree with settling. But what I'm learning is that we all settle in the area, and it's not like that. Oh, this is the best I can do. It's not like that. It's just understanding, like you just said, this person, this day, we area.
Yeah.
And that's okay because I have weak areas as well. But do their stronger areas enhance me?
Right.
Like, is this something we can
That's
build
real
on?
talk. Yeah.
And so if it's something I feel like we can build on, cool, let's go, let's do it, let's improve together. But once I see that you're most definitely full of shit, I'm not going to continue this because you're playing the game. And one thing I don't do, I'm like you on it, like get down, and lay down at this point, because I don't waste the money. So we met each other. We'll be doing my side stuff. So like, if I'm taking out the time to not be making money, sitting here with you and talking to you, oh sir, please do not play with me. Like today, you could die today and tomorrow.
Well, let me ask y'all another question. Would y'all date a man who not financially stable as you guys, or would you date down? Because I know most men we'll date down. We don't mind long as she look good, and we'll make sure, would you guys date down if he was building potential, or are y'all at an age now where potential still is a thing, or he has to already?
I don't like that term dating down.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay.
I don't. I feel like we all have room for improvement. No matter what your status is, financially, socially, economically, we all have room to improve. So if somebody saw you as dating down, then hey, I've had I've had someone to call me, bless her heart, call me on behalf of a dude that she was dealing with, who was trying to pursue me.
Oh wow.
And
That part.
that was her term, like, I'm dating down. I said, well, now, sweetheart, you calling me about him. What does it say about her?
So we're both dating.
What does that say about you? Goodness.
I agree with you. I don't like a lot of terms that people use. And somebody was just making fun of me because I don't like freak. Like I don't like when people say that kind of stuff.
Freak?
Yeah.
What are you not a freak, or you just don't like to say?
I just don't like people to say that.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like you boxing somebody into a category. And that don't define a person.
Oh no.
If you say these things and it can hurt people's feelings, not necessarily me like that, but I'm just saying like in the past, you just hear different stuff growing up and seeing stuff.
Yeah.
And I just never cared for that.
Yeah.
Because somebody, and feels comfortable with certain things.
Stuff,
You don't call them a name. Like that's just like, to me, I don't like nigger. I don't like when people just be throwing it out there roughly, nigger. But how people say it, I don't care for that. I do my best to, tell my kids, like, hey man, we have to work on how we say things when we saying stuff, because you don't want people to feel like that you ignorant, that you slow, that you don't have the vocabulary. I made sure both of my children could walk, talk, everything. Both my kids walking and talking at one. A little bit before one, actually. Okay. And so we use our words. This is a cup. If you want something to drink, you need to tell me that you want a cup. Because you'll be thirsty. And so it's just, I've always been a kind. I will help you. I'm a nurturer by heart. I'm a lover by heart. That's literally my love language is love, loving on people. And so, and that is if you are somebody that that's not where I'm at financially, I'm not gonna dog you out and make you feel bad about it, especially if you do have the potential to improve on things and I can see where I could give you a resource or get somebody to talk to you or help you in that direction, cool. But once I see that you're not willing to help yourself, then that's when we have a problem. And it's not necessarily over with, but it will be signs that we're transitioning into a regular friendship. And so
conversation, you don't talk about it.
Well, because I don't like when nobody play with me. And so I don't play with people. And there's been plenty of times where I think people thought we was in a relationship and that was their own doings because I most definitely told them I didn't like them. You know, I'm very.
But were you still sexually active with them or?
No.
Oh, okay.
And they never even got to that point.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, so they will shoot, but you ain't go with them.
Most definitely.
So what do y'all think about, far as since we on the mental health thing? What do you think about therapy, far as couples or therapy before marriage? Like, is that a thing that you need to do?
Necessity. You took the right necessity. Necessity.
So would it be for what? Like, is it something that you can talk about at home, or what is?
No. It's not that you can't talk about it at home. It's when we're talking about it at home, we're only seeing stuff. You're only seeing what you thinking. I'm only seeing what I'm thinking. But if there's a third party, unbiased, they don't really know everything you've done or I've done.
Right.
Now it's kind of like they have a clear view. And it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe he has an issue with this because he told you that you did this and you didn't change it. Or he gave you ample amount of time to understand this, and this. Or she gave you ample time to this and this. Oh, well, when you said this, and this, did she tell you that?
Yeah, they can break it down. Yeah, kind of analyze it.
And so it's a way for you not to be offended by what I said. You know what I'm saying? Because if we both decide we're gonna pay this person some money, we're gonna listen to them.
Yeah.
And not necessarily saying that they got all the answers, but they can help us build a stronger foundation for what we're doing, and especially on the spiritual end. I feel like whoever is pastoring you or doing the ceremony vows, etc., that's who you need to do that with because you're all making a promise with God that y'all are going to do this together, and they most definitely signing off on it if they marry you in this person.
What about you, Quinn?
I'm the same. Like it has to happen. Matter of fact, at this big age, and I'm divorced. If we get to a certain point in our relationship, we're going to talk to somebody.
Yes.
Because communication is very important. And I communicate. I'm getting to a point where I have learned to communicate versus shut down or ignore it, or brush it off because I don't like to argue.
Yeah.
That's a different side of me that you don't want to see. And I don't want you to see that person either. So let's talk about it.
Crazy.
I mean,
see, I don't like to argue, but I find myself arguing because, like I said, I'm a Gemini, and then I'm from Detroit. Then the women down here say I'm aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Just the way I come at you, come at you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what?
He said, "Come at you."
No, but you know what? Because our women are harder. Not saying they tougher than y'all, but they are more. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? They like that. Yeah, they our women active. So the way we gotta date is we gotta be more than them. You know what I'm saying? So coming down here, I had to learn to be more soft and more honey and But if I was in Detroit, like, what up, nigga? You know, my baby, like, what up, my baby? You know what I'm saying? We more of that type of energy. But yeah, therapy is big to me. So I got a question. How long in the relationship would you ask for? Would you need therapy? Be 6 months or be the second argument or the before marriage? Like, when would you need that therapy?
So, for sure, you're not going to do it with everybody. Everybody needs to get that, But if you see you're getting to a point where matrimony is being discussed, you feel like this could be your forever person, y'all just have some kinks to work through. Y'all need to learn how to talk to each other and listen and understand and not listen to argue. Then this person is important. If this is relationship is worth, going there. Right. So if you go there, you know what I'm saying, before the marriage or whatever, I feel like that gives you a gauge as to, do you think that we can make this work? Like, you see,
is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Right. Or God bless you on your way, And then once you get married, before marriage, some things just need to be discussed.
Yeah.
They need to be clarified. You need to know what it is. And from that person who's unbiased. A lot of times in relationship, you get into these
arguments or battles or one being salty about the other just because you're not understanding what I'm trying to convey to you.
Right. I'm saying it messed up.
Right, or your delivery.
My delivery.
Right. But your message is good.
Yeah.
We can both build and learn from
That's
that.
real talk.
And you have somebody on the outside to say, well, I think what he's trying to say, well, I think what he's trying to say, or what do you think? How do you think that makes him feel?
Right.
But I didn't even stop to realize.
Think about that.
Right,
because
right.
trying to being selfish in a relationship is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely have been selfish in my relationship, definitely. So far as therapy, do you think we should talk to a black person, white person, woman? Should it be somebody from a different culture?
Listen, I'm equal opportunities. Mm-hmm. If you can get me where I need to be, I don't care if you're orange, purple. I don't really care if you're an alien. If you can get me and my person, you know what I'm saying, to a common ground, then hey, I welcome you.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with what both of y'all said, honestly. And so, let me see. We got somebody coming in here.
What up,
Hey, sir.
What's going on? How y'all doing? Y'all all right?
Yes, how are you?
Hold on, don't laugh too hard. I'm here. Hey, what's happening?
Hey, well, we're discussing relationships and mental health. And what was the last thing? Oh, if you are in a relationship and you decide to have counseling or therapy with your partner, how soon into the relationship do you feel like you need to do that?
Well, wow. I guess when you see the signs, I mean, like, I know you want to quote unquote be equally yoked or have the same type of mentality or the wants and desires as it pertains to being in a relationship, but there are some red flags that you look for. But I guess once you see those flags, or you go out enough to figure out that, hey, you know what, this lady may be of some interest to me, and I think that I will want to pursue a relationship with her, then ask the question, see if she's into it. Hey, look, I'm feeling you. I think that we are doing a great job together. I think we'd be good together, but let's go to counseling to see if A, B, C, or D is going to work for us. Because 9 times out of 10, we all had some childhood trauma, and we're trying to deal with it the best we can. But then there are often times where that childhood trauma comes out in relationships where I don't want to have that hard conversation with you. And, that brings tension between us. And if we're in counseling together, then, we may be able to walk that out.
That's real talk.
I agree.
I agree, definitely, man. It definitely be hard. It's hard to have those hard conversations with a lot of different people, with people that you're dating, because you don't know how they're going to take it.
Right.
Are they going to use it against you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. That's a big one right there.
Yeah, because I definitely use it against your ass. You know, my nerves.
Hold on, man. You can't go hard on them like that.
No, so I have no, because this is my thing. This is what I despise. When you're vulnerable and you open up and you let somebody know that this. I'm letting you know because I feel like you should know. And people always use you against
you. Watch how you argue with me after that.
Like, and so, but that's what I'm saying. And so, and I just feel like that's like monster mentality. Like I'm just trying to tell you something so you can see me. Yeah. I'm not telling you something so you can abuse me with the information I gave you.
Right.
And so, why do people do that?
That's something that dudes need to realize. Every female is not the same. Everybody is not telling you something to get in your heart and find a soft spot. Some people, I'm not even gonna say female, some people don't open up. So if I open up to you and I let you know the good, the bad, the ugly, and you use that against me, you've broken a bond that I've created with you. This is something I don't give to anybody. Like, you hurt me to my core if you do that, because I would never do you that.
That's real. You know what? A lot of men, especially us men, we don't tell. We try to hold all our stuff in to the last minute. So once we tell y'all how we feel and what's going on and what happened to us, it's like that's really like the threshold we crossing into you being my woman. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. I was just joking about the use. I ain't did that in a couple of years. I'm not gonna lie and say I never have. I ain't about to sit up here and lie. Say go bad, but
Look, so Xavier, so when
Talk
you
to
were
me.
growing up, what did relationships look like in your household?
Well, I grew up in a two-parent home, and then my mom and dad got divorced, but they stayed active in my life. I guess whatever problems that they were going through, they made it sure that I didn't see it, and me or my sister didn't see it. But as I look at it was healthy for me because I got to see my dad and football games or whatnot, sporting events, or just when it was our weekend to go over there, it was always support. And if there was any beef between the two, I never saw that, right? So and I appreciate them for doing that. But I think it was healthy for me. And if I needed to talk to my dad about anything, or whatever, then that was fine. And I'll end up losing him when I was in high school, a sophomore in high school at 15. But I was lucky enough to have influential men around me to kind of help guide me through those times, and blessed for that. My uncles, friends of the family, childhood friends, and things of that nature. But as far as being something unhealthy, I don't know anything about that in that aspect. Growing up, they did a great job for me, shielding me away from all of the other negative things.
See, you know what, man? I grew up, like I said, with my mom, and she never brought men around. Like I know
Right.
she dated. I don't know how some of them bills probably got paid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm being real. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
guess
Okay.
what? I stayed fresh. We stayed in new car. Hey, it
Right.
was what it was. But I had to learn as an adult how to argue with women. You know what I'm saying? And how to not win every battle. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
like I said, when you grow up just with a woman, she arguing with, so I'm trying to win every argument as well. So I had to understand that as a man, I can't get in that feminine role of no, you said this and that. No, sometimes I can be like, all right, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And that's a
Right.
lot of young black men who don't have a father in their lives don't understand it. They want to argue with anybody. They argue with each other, argue with their woman. Next thing you know, the bitch tendencies will come out. Now they're jumping on their women. You know what
They
I'm
will come
saying?
out.
So
They will come
yeah,
out.
so it's just just a different way of growing up. But yeah. So brother, can I ask you, are you married now, or since you've seen a good positive relationship growing up between your parents, are you married now? And is how
Say that again.
I said, have you seen a good positive, as far as your mother and your father growing up, together, even though they split, they still was in your life. Are you
Right.
married now, and did you marry early, or how did that affect your dating life after you got older?
I did marry young, early on in life, and then end up getting divorced, man. Um, of course, no one wants divorce. No
Right.
one gets married to divorce. But then you look at the trauma that was held on either both sides. And some things, again, like I said earlier, they come out in arguments or come out in discussions where if I feel like, hey, listen, this is what I see. I'm asking you not to do this. You continuously doing this. And then I feel like I'm being disrespected. And then at the end, in the root of it is something that happened as a child that triggered within something I may have done to trigger something, a reaction from her, and then that where that. But I don't have anything negative to say about anybody as it pertains to that. But I do understand underlining situations and past childhood trauma do show up in relationships,
Yes.
whether the one wants to believe it or not. How you were raised and how you see things versus how others people see things. That there used to be a quote or a saying. They used to say, "Hey, man, I didn't realize how good I was raised until I was around, other people." And you'd be like,
Yes.
wow, they allowed that to happen. And that would have never happened in my household. So, the way the disrespectful talking back to your parents, red flag. Because if they talk back to their parents crazy, you don't stand a chance. So you hear things like that, man. It's just like, nah, I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah. So far as you guys, how you guys grew up in your home, how did that affect you guys dating? Did you marry early, or how did that affect promiscuous? I was promiscuous. I could say that I was promiscuous at a time. But how did that affect you guys dating? I mean, as far as growing up and dating and finding love and stuff.
Dating, I still don't know what that is. I'm talking about we was good old missionary Baptists,
Oh,
like you
yeah.
get pregnant from kissing.
Yeah.
I married my first boyfriend.
Hugging.
The second dude I dated was my second husband. Don't y'all tell nobody this. Right. But that's one thing that I wish I had of learned. You learn yourself through dating.
Yes.
And that's something that I missed was learning myself, learning how to communicate, learning how to deal with the opposite sex, other than cook, clean. I know I'm a good woman, but I have to be a good woman to a man that's willing to meet me, and I miss that because I did not date. And then the independence, like I said, my mother was very independent. She had a great career. The money was there as well. They called me Brit Brat, So
the Brat.
Yes. So I take that into my relationships. Like, is my situation gonna change when you leave? Right. Oh, so you can leave, and that's not where I should have been some of the times. So I did take some of that overly independency into a relationship. I worked on myself.
Accountability. Yeah, y'all don't see what we just had, man. A woman taking accountability, man. That is a big thing, man. I was starving right
hey,
now.
man, hey, guess what? It's full moon outside, baby. Full moon. Hey, but we congratulate that.
No, but like she said though, we were raised that you just don't have kids for people, And
Right.
so when I got pregnant with my daughter, of course, I was somebody that didn't really want kids or to get married. That never was like, a girl, but man, I can't like, no, I did not care. I did not want to be getting married. I didn't want to be having no kids. I didn't even like kids. I still not the business. But at the end of the day, I love my children. I feel like both my children changed my life for the better when I had them. But initially, that wasn't my plan to get married and have kids. So when I did have kids, or when I did have my daughter, my aunts and my uncles, they're like, when this be, and if y'all engaged, why y'all engaged so long? Like, what
y'all had to fight family like that.
And so I was family like we didn't play that. Like they do not play that. Like if you're not gonna just get my niece pregnant, I just you saw not gonna just get my daughter pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So it's that thing of people believe in family. Like even to this day, like if they saw my ex-husband, they would love on him. Like he's still family because we're very family oriented. Like anybody that comes to the, to the South, they are family. Like the kids call us but all those things because, like I said, we're loving. We're very loving. And so
you spoke on the top, man. Shout out to famous days, man. I feel comfortable up in here, man. Definitely, man. Gemini energy. How we doing? Big Gemini energy. But that's how we doing. Yeah, but yeah.
Gemini energy.
Okay, so with all of that being said, mentally, what is one deal breaker? Something that you cannot have to coexist with a person in a healthy relationship. Just personally. You want to start, Mr. X?
Laziness. Being lazy. Like, and when I say lazy, I mean that means in all aspects. Like, so if I'm with you and I'm supporting you and I'm backing you up and you have all of these wonderful ideas that's going on, I'm gonna support you with that, right? But I'm gonna support you and support you and support you. But if you never move on those dreams and those ideas that you have in your mind, it's just like, I'm not saying you're a slacker, but opportunities don't come as often as they can. Yeah. And if you have the opportunity to push and jump on something that you're passionate about, I believe that you should go ahead and do that. Being lazy at home, being lazy at work, filthy, being dirty, that's a deal breaker. I come to your house and the first time maybe, second time, third time, got to go.
Yeah, that first time you better have it together. It's
like, whoa. It's been a long week. Okay, I get it. But then, and then I come then see the same stuff in the same place. Yeah, nah. And it's just pushed. Oh, I just pushed it over because somebody lying. That's where it lives. That's where it lives.
I don't do the lazy women.
I guess for me, like my auntie said earlier, OCD is real. Like you just said, I don't like nothing dirty. Like even not just in my relationships, but even in my household, my kids know they'll get you on punishment, stuff being dirty. Like if stuff is clean, I can pretty much deal with just about anything. But like as soon as I get home, I gotta take a shower. Like I can't even talk to nobody or nothing. So I gotta wash it off me, like whatever it is. Like if I came from work, if I came from doing like my podcast, like whatever, I have to get it off me so I can go into the next role. And so
no relaxation.
Yes. And so whenever I deal with somebody and they have a problem with my schedulings, to me that's a pet peeve of mine because yeah, I am an independent woman, all that, but I need help too though. I'm never gonna say I don't need nobody. I most definitely need somebody. But I can do it if you're not there. But I would like you to be here. But what I'm not gonna do is kiss somebody ass. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
So if we have a good communication base and we can move through things and it's natural, cool. But if I feel like I gotta force anything or like I'm not somebody that just love attention, but from my person, I better have attention from you. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because I'm a giver. And so because I'm such a giver, and anytime I feel like, okay, I step back and realize, okay, if I don't do this and do this and do this, you don't do this and this. So it's like something not adding up. Like you just said, somebody is lying.
Somebody lying.
Somebody is
Somebody
lying.
lying.
And don't play with me. Like that's the one thing I tell you. Do not piss me off.
What about you, Corey?
For me, reciprocity.
Okay.
I give my all, 100%.
Right.
Like it's not 50-50 with me. You're gonna get everything that I have to give.
Right.
If this is where we're supposed to be. If we're trying to say we say that this is us, we go together real bad, I give my all. So I expect that of you as well. So if I feel like I'm giving, I'm trying, I'm compromising, like I'm negotiating here, and you're not trying to meet me, that's a problem for me. And also hygiene.
Yes.
Oh, I can't do poor hygiene, girl. I can't
Yeah,
do it.
buddy.
If you're a dirty person, you're a dirty person inside and out. I don't care what you say, you grimy.
Yeah.
But that's
Had my nails clean.
Look, I said the same thing. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he took him out. My boy's hands white, dog. You know what I'm saying? But I learned to keep my nails done and keep myself from living down here, though. Being honest with you, but with me, it's emotional availability. You know what I'm saying? I've learned over the last year or so that I can be emotionally open to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I need you to understand that I want to be able to talk to you about all my problems, anything I'm going through, or how I feel about anything. If we're in a relationship together, I don't want to come at you and you think I'm whining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want you to be emotionally available. But so far, man, I've dated phenomenal women. I don't have any. I don't date lazy women. I date bosses. I don't. I get I get scared by a little chick that I don't get no money. But other than that, I date great women. So I don't really have a lot of. I've been lucky, thank God.
So, have you ever been close to being married, like engaged, or it crossed your mind? You bought something and then changed your mind?
Oh man, I really just been a whore a lot of my life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my life. Yeah.
Hey, at least he honest. At least, hold that.
Because I love beautiful women. I'm addicted to women, but I understand now what's important in my life now. Stability, companionship, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody that really loved me. And I didn't understand the value of love because I was just out here. If having somebody that love you is a big thing to me. And I really want that and I cherish that.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Hello.
Growth.
Over here. Yeah.
Growth is amazing, right? Growth is amazing.
So I guess a couple. Would y'all guys get married again? Or are y'all looking forward to being married again?
So I most definitely will get married again. God said the same as somebody that is equally yoked, of course. Like I said, it's not like don't laugh at me. It's not a whole lot of things that will make me be like, okay, forget that, I ain't got time. Because I am very understanding. And I think that's like one of my biggest my pluses and my negatives. It's a positive and a negative for me. Because I'll just be, once I'm like, okay, we good, we together, all right, let's go. So then I'm gonna be on to whatever I'm doing. And so I don't believe in going through people's phone. I don't believe in none of that kind of stuff. So I mean, I have gotten cheated on so many times because it's just I'm not gonna go through your stuff. Like I'm not gonna be doing all that. Like I feel like if I gotta do that, I don't need to be with you. And so once, of course I ain't slow, you can tell when stuff ain't right because and I'm not trying no bashing, but men are just not good at cheating. You know what I'm saying?
Like I was good at the time.
No, I'm
y'all
saying
changed.
y'all change up the habits.
But you know what?
That's why.
But you know what? Though? I think cheating right now, and this is about to. I know my fellas about to hate me, but cheating is so immature at this age. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we got shit to build, builders to buy, businesses to open. Why the hell is we? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about cheating as far as just, talking to somebody on the phone and all that. Now, if you gonna get your dick sucked in the back of the truck, what? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna know about that.
Did you say
But if you calling her and talking to her and trying to, love on the next woman, that's like really dumb as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They're doing too much.
you doing too much, dog. Just pay that 40 and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Not for 40.
Well, 60 since COVID has been 60. Since COVID has been 60, but yeah, you got to keep it moving.
That must be the short stuff. Right? That's it.
How was they charged down here? I heard about business street down here. I'm gonna try that business street.
Oh my God.
Bro, stay off
as for
business,
me,
bro.
I'm
Stay
finally
off
to a place
business.
where I see why the Bible says that two is better than one.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
But with that being said, we're gonna pray about it.
We're gonna show pray about it. Well, because the thing is, because life is not as hard as we make it, but it ain't easy either.
Yeah.
I feel like it's both ways because it has to be. We have to be challenged, or else we'll be stagnant.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so if you can't challenge me and build me at the same time, like don't challenge me and then just go run off on the plug like I'm slowing down because I ain't nothing slowing
But you know what?
down.
That's what I love about black women. That's why I don't date outside my race. Shout out to all the other races. I didn't know it was that many beautiful Mexican women in my life until I moved down here. But I love black women, and that's what I love about y'all because y'all challenge us to be the person that we said we are every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And sometimes every day you don't feel like being challenged, but y'all definitely do, and I appreciate all my black women out there, and I love y'all.
Oh, we love
y'all too.
I love y'all. I ain't dating nobody but y'all. I'm gonna go through it with y'all. It is what it is. Yeah.
Look, so you said something earlier, Big, and I'm just gonna say this. You said somebody told you was doing too much or you was too much. And I feel like when men say that, it's nothing against no man, but what do that even mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm just being myself.
It depends though. But sometimes y'all don't know when to taper down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get on the issue and keep on pushing that issue until
that's never been my issue though. So like it may be that, for you and everybody has their trigger, but like you said earlier, I'm not gonna let you settle. I don't care if you make less than I do, if I'm the dominant, financially more, secured in the household. I'm going to support you. I'm going to support your dreams, but I'm going to encourage you, and I'm not going to allow you to settle. I want to build you. I need you to build me too.
Yeah.
But
how can he build you?
That's a lot.
But how can he build you outside of financial?
Teach me something I don't know.
Hey,
you
gotta.
My exes who were not in the financials, but when you teach me the words, teach me the plays on the basketball game. You be mad with me.
Hey, let me.
Teach me something.
Hey,
teach
but
me how
check
to
this.
change a flat in case you don't have your phone dead.
Yeah. Real talk, man. I ain't never heard somebody say that.
Yeah. But even with that, you have to be receptive of it though, right? So I could be teaching you something and you be like, that's something that I'm not even interested in that, right? So I get what you're saying in the same part. Like, I want you to. If I'm making you better, I know you're gonna make me better, right? Because now you're gonna see yourself the way I see you, and then hopefully you see the way I see you, and then you'll see me. I'll be able to see me the way you see me in how we pour into one another. But like you said, teach you something, but you gotta want that too, though, right? The person has to want that. And we were just talking, we were saying, like, look, I want her.
This is Jess and Jess Talks. This is episode 62. Remember, when you look at you feel good. See you guys next Saturday, 6 Philippines. Okay. Good. You can because I had to get us off the air.
Yeah, I'm just. It's just.
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, damn, I'm shout out my businesses. I got
Man.
like 7 businesses shout out.
No, I do. I feel
somebody else show it.
Right.
And that's where you have to be equally yoked. And equally yoked does not mean just spiritually,
Right. I come from what they call old school Southern Baptist. Like I'm Sunday to Sunday kid, grandfather, dad, uncle, preachers, all of that. Right. So you get that, and you just have to find that person who gets you for being you. Right. You may not be the right for seeing me for being me. Yeah.
So can I ask y'all a question? Would y'all date someone who's not of the same belief? Who's not Southern Baptist, who's not into the church like that. Or let's say he's even Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Would y'all date somebody outside of what you grew up on, outside of your spiritual realm?
I would not date an atheist, not at all.
Damn, that's a wrap. No atheists around here.
Not a chance. Yeah. Now, if you're an unbeliever, but you're willing to listen, you're willing to let me minister, you're willing and open, then maybe, possibly, depending on everything else. It has to be the chemistry. Everything has to be there with the openness and availability. Because my religion, my faith is never wavering for nobody.
For nobody
money,
at all.
not nothing. Yeah. So,
that's non-negotiable.
Yeah, non-negotiable.
Because me myself, I believe in God. You know what I'm saying, but I'm not a church person because I didn't grow up in the church. Obviously, that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying. But at the same time, I was just wondering, like, would y'all date a guy who he believe in God, he pray, but he just don't get into the Jesus and the word and stuff like that. You know,
I have.
You said a mouthful when you said you believe in God.
That's it. Yeah, that's
You believe
that's 70% right there.
But I'm gonna tell y'all what made me believe in God, not the Bible, life.
Yeah.
When I was going through life, and when I was hungry, eating Roman noodles and chasing my dreams and not believing in myself, God put that into me.
Right.
But you had to have the mentality to understand that, though.
But God gave me that. So I don't. Somebody just telling me about God is what didn't. I had to go through prison and all this stuff to learn God, and I appreciate God.
But you had to have. You had to want to know that, though, right? So you was like, I'm down on my all. I don't have nothing else, and then bam. Here he is.
And you know what? And you know what's so crazy? God gave me everything I asked for, bro. And I asked for this 3 years ago. I was like, I want to move to Houston. I want a house on the lake. All this happened, and I didn't even know how it was gonna happen. And now she been I was there like, you know what I'm saying? So all this happened off some stuff I asked for 3 years ago. And a lot of times what I learned was we ask for stuff and think it's supposed to come like this, come like this. It's a time limit over everything, and if you can wait that out, we gotta start learning to enjoy the process. The goal won't be there. We gotta enjoy the journey. Come on, donations.
Come on now. Pass the plate around right now. Pass it.
Because we get so caught up on the goal. Every goal that I reach, I didn't enjoy it. When I even now, I enjoy where I'm at now. But only thing I remember is the days I had Roman noodles. The days I asked my man, could I sleep on this couch, and he left. You know what I'm saying? Them the stuff I remember, the partying and blowing money and the women. I don't remember that. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to say that.
No, it's well accepted.
That's cool. Like no, so I was talking to because y'all know I'm always doing some. So I was talking to somebody about a week ago, and we were just speaking on how we're so quick to vent about the things that we don't like, or things that we don't like when people do this, or I don't like that this is happening to me. But we need to start venting more about what has happened that was in my favor.
Yeah. You know, or understanding why it's happening.
That learn the lesson. Like we have to learn the
lesson. Hey, check this. One of my favorite sayings is when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that changed my life. That changed my life.
Yes. Because it's all about perspective.
Right.
It's all about perspective. If I'm not going to be optimistic about something that I can control, how can I be optimistic about something that I can't control?
That's real tough.
Hey, so check this, Jay. Hey, Jay, I gotta burn right quick. I appreciate you keeping me on. Listen, next time I'm in the building, I'm on the thing. You hear me? I'm there. All right, y'all appreciate it. Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you for stopping.
Indeed.
I got a question for you guys. Oh, go ahead. I ain't trying to.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. No, I got a question. If you guys never find love, is life still being fulfilled?
Absolutely. I didn't even have to think about it.
So you didn't have to think about it, huh?
No.
You know,
so this is the thing. We both have been married and divorced. So it's one of those things. And I was talking to, I'm sorry, y'all. I always said it because it's the truth. I was talking to my friend, and we both was married, both divorced, all of that. And he said, it's so different for me dating now prior to getting married, and the women that's never been married don't get it.
Yeah.
Because after you done gave your all to somebody, after you have shared a life, lived with them, shared a bank account, and all this stuff, and it don't work out, nothing nobody else can do can really just hurt me for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't like it, and it won't be cool. but you can go on because I really was in love with that person. I would have died for that person.
But you, yeah.
Oh, go. Like, have a good day on that.
Yeah.
You know,
I think love is the most important. I think even when I've met plateaus, when I've made a lot of money, actually when I did probably 5 or 6 years ago, I ended up losing it all at one time. Um, the only thing that stuck with me was love for my children and my family.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that because, you know, you growing up, you got money, you accessible to anything. You can get whatever you want, have whatever you want, his woman, your woman, you can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? And once I lost everything, I understood what love is. And that shit, I need it. You know, I want it and I value it. So
yeah, for sure.
hopefully, you know, it worked out for me.
Oh, yeah.
I like being a hotel.
Girl.
But it's the realness that I love. But that's like I said,
life is fun.
It's funny, but it's also the truth.
Yeah.
Like he is, like people say, man, live your truth. He's living his truth because he know for a fact he do want love. People like to have it, but also I can get out here too.
But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, definitely, yeah, love is big, man. I ain't know it's gonna be so. When you guys were married and going through your divorce, not to get in y'all personal business, was it a fear that you wouldn't find this type of love again?
You can go first. I want to. So I didn't necessarily have a fear. I just felt like I know for a fact the next time I do it, it won't be just for love.
Oh yeah,
that's important to me.
It's partnership.
Because if I can't see us, like I said earlier, if I can't see us growing each other in a positive light, see, like she said, teaching me something, me teaching you something, and we're not going to be able to do that together, I don't even want to like date you or get to know you seriously because you have a fixed mindset. Yeah. And I've never had a fixed mindset. I've always been on to the next thing. Since I was a kid, I want to do something. I'm gonna do this. And once it's in my mind, I'm gonna do it. Period. Like it's just I cannot have none of the resources. I cannot even know how to do it. Literally, I'm just gonna like even with the podcast, and I put this stuff up there and I went for it.
Yeah, you doing it.
To be honest, that wasn't my fear. My fear was more so of me being too comfortable with being okay with being by myself. That was and still is.
I seen that on Facebook the other day. They was talking about that's a fear of me being so happy by myself that I don't even want nobody to come in and
disturb my peace.
And peace is so important. Y'all got the camera?
No, you good.
Man, we gonna have to do this again because
no, that was and so y'all, we can go all night. Yeah. But I know we're past the time. But I just want to give these guys the opportunity to share their last remarks until next time. So
you start with the queen right here. Ladies first.
I'm just so proud of you. You have a dream, you have drive, you have ambition. Don't let anything ever dim your light. I'm just happy to be here. I'm here for you if you ever need anything. And y'all just stay tuned. I got some things coming up. You know, I have a few projects I'm working on. So just stay tuned on my end.
All right. All right. Last remarks. I just want to say thank you for letting me be on the podcast. I definitely had a great time. Great conversation, man. Me, Auntie. I ain't gonna call her Auntie. I'm gonna figure. No, Brit. Yeah. I've met her. I keep moving in your journey, man. I definitely see the end goal as you being very successful in it. You signed $1 million of contract doing this podcast, so we definitely gonna speak that onto you. I just want to shout out my couple businesses. We got WJS Gemini Logistics. If you need a job, trucking, we got jobs, 2,000 a week, home every day. We got an event party box where we do candy, gourmet candy, and we got a sale now for the candy with the wooden boxes, collector's editions for $100. I got Fat Boy Foods where we putting out with the cheesecakes and the cookies and all that. Y'all can go to all that on Instagram. Event party box. We got all your needs. This is not no this is professional, we big business, and we definitely giving out deals. Like I said, or WJS Gemini Logistics, you can hit me, we hiring. And man, stay fly, stay fresh, stay sucker free.
I know that's right. Look, y'all, I want y'all to love on those that love on you, whoever don't, keep them in your prayers because there's nothing you can do about it. Remember, when you look good, you feel good. It's Jeff and Jess Talks, and this is episode 62, Family Ties.
Hey. Man, oh. Yes.
Turn me up with my earphones.
I thought you about to kick him first. I was saying you about to get the